Zach Wilson has been one of the best stories of the 2020 college football season. The Brigham Young University junior quarterback has made a wild turn from a mediocre 2019 season to find himself in the Heisman watch and being talked about as a potential first-round selection in the 2021 NFL Draft. Wilson is widely unknown, and for good reason, but he has BYU out to a 7-0 start and a number 9 ranking in the AP poll. First, I'd like to take a second to acknowledge that the majority of the people that watch our videos aren't subscribed to the channel. Help us out by subscribing and joining us on our way to 100K because it's coming fast and you don't want to miss your opportunity to enlist in the J&D Army. Zachary Wilson was born on August 3rd, 1999 in Draper, Utah. Wilson attended Corner Canyon High School where he also played basketball. He wanted to play college basketball growing up and gave up a normal childhood to work hard every day towards that goal. One year even playing in 120 basketball games. Playing high school football as a junior, he had 2,708 yards and 20 touchdowns along with 539 rushing yards. As a senior, he passed for 2,986 yards and 24 touchdowns and also rushed for 752 yards and 8 touchdowns. He was first team All-State, named district MVP, and was the runner-up for Utah Mr. Football. Wilson was considered a 3-star recruit coming out of high school and listed as the number 13 player in the state. Wilson always dreamt of playing football at the University of Utah, where his father, Mike, played defensive lineman. The Utes never offered Zach though, likely due to signing 4-star recruit Jack Tuttle. However, Boise State University went hard at recruiting Wilson and looked to be successful. Wilson committed to play for the Broncos, but later withdrew his commitment in favor of committing to Brigham Young University. Wilson became the youngest quarterback to ever start for BYU. He went on to play in 9 games, passing for 1,578 yards and 12 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. The Cougars finished their season as the winners of the famous Idaho Potato Bowl 49-18 over Western Michigan. Wilson was named the MVP of the game after completing all of his passes for 317 yards and 4 touchdowns. Last year, Wilson passed for 2,382 yards, 11 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. The stats didn't show a ton of potential, but 2020 has been a completely different season, an odd turnaround that mimics the wild Joe Burrow ride from poor play to number 1 selection in 1 year's time. The 6'3", 203-pound pro-style quarterback has burst onto the scene as BYU raced out to an impressive 7-0 start and sit at number 9 in the AP poll. Wilson has been the story coming out of Provo. He is currently completing 75.6% of his passes and has 2,152 yards and 19 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. That stat line comes out to a ridiculous 198.7 passer rating. BYU has gotten off to a hot start this season, and Wilson has been the main reason for it. The Cougars started the season off with 4 consecutive comfortable victories, with only 1 coming within a score. In all 4 contests, Wilson passed for 2 touchdowns and managed to only throw 1 interception along the span, but it was the Cougars' 3rd game when he started making some buzz. Against Houston, Wilson went off for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and since, his name has been circling the nation as a potential Heisman candidate and prospect for the draft. Since beating Houston, the Cougars have blown out Western Kentucky and Texas State. Between the contests, Wilson managed to pass for 511 yards and 7 touchdowns to a single interception. Wilson has found his targets that he likes, specifically junior wide receiver Dax Milne. Milne had yet to ever surpass 300 yards in a season coming into 2020. However, through this season's games, he has an impressive 706 yards, over 100 yards per game, and has caught 6 touchdowns. Another important name that has seen an uptick with Wilson is another junior wide receiver in Gunnar Romney. Romney has been the clear number 2 for Wilson and has recorded 515 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. Most attention this year is going towards Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, but Wilson has been a quick riser this season. Pro Football Focus called Wilson the highest graded passer in college football and said he can win from the pocket as well as on the move. He's got a quick release and can sling it from any platform, and he doesn't miss. Get used to it. Wilson is an elite quarterback prospect. Wilson has been a true blast to watch this season, and it's no surprise that he's become one of the hot topics in college football thanks to his exciting play style that mirrors a mix of Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield during their college days. There are going to be a slew of teams that need a quarterback at the 2021 NFL Draft, and Wilson is one of the fastest risers that could be in play for teams that miss Lawrence and Fields. There is still a long way to go this season, and many outlets don't even have him going in the first round. However, some have him going in the top 10 to teams such as the Jacksonville Jaguars, Minnesota Vikings, and New England Patriots. Wilson is still much of an unknown, but we should get some of those questions answered tonight when when BYU will face off against number 21 Boise State. The Broncos are 2-0, and of course, were the original school that Wilson decided to commit to before withdrawing and choosing the Cougars. One of the biggest concerns with Wilson is that he still hasn't faced any true good teams this season. That will change tonight. While Boise State isn't from any kind of SEC talent, it is a top team in the nation and should present a challenge for Wilson. His stock is on the rise, but if all goes well tonight, Wilson should continue to climb even higher. Zach Wilson is going to be a player to watch this season. He's a guy that's going a bit under the national radar because Brigham Young is an independent. This is going to be a rare season where two of the top quarterback prospects haven't seen much talent in college, although Wilson has seen more than Trey Lance. The future is bright for Wilson, and don't be surprised when his name starts popping up closer to the 2021 NFL Draft as a top selection. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more J&D. We read all of our DMs and love hearing what you guys have to say.